The judge still rejected a motion for a mistrial. Gene Hamilton, America First legal vice president and general counsel, joins me now. Gene, as to this longer cross-examination, makes sense to me. A longer cross gives Stormy Daniels more time to self-destruct on the stand. Bad for the prosecution, great for the defense. Your thoughts?
You're absolutely right, Todd. That is exactly the purpose of an effective cross-examination. You have to undermine the witness's credibility and show to the jury that what she is saying might, in fact, not be true. And she did that on her own, self-imploding with statements that she made. She didn't even have to make on Tuesday, which go to show to the jury her animus in bringing these claims and these charges against Donald Trump.
Yeah, when she says, I hate Trump, I want him to go to jail, you know, the defense is pretty much cheering because the jury hears that and thinks some bad things about Stormy Daniels. And you know it's bad, Gene, when even the left-wing media acknowledges how bad Stormy Daniels was for their case. Listen.
The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal.
Some of what she said might generate a little sympathy for Trump because for all today was fascinating, and I'm sure everybody's fascinated, as was I. Most of it's just not relevant.
Gene, is there anything that their star witness, Michael Cohen, can do to resuscitate their case? Or is the horse out of the barn at this point? Is this thing all but done?
Todd, I think this thing is all but done. The horse is out of the barn. And in fact, quite frankly, Michael Cohen doesn't have much credibility himself. So the more time that the defense, typically, especially in this case, can have these folks on the stand and attacking the veracity of their statements, the truth of their statements, the more that they can show the true motives behind this this entire sham trial, which is that this was a political prosecution intended to achieve political persecution of Donald Trump to take him off the ballot and keep him from being the next president of the United States.
There was other big news yesterday in the Trump legal processes. The Georgia Court of Appeals will be reviewing Trump's bid to disqualify DA Fani Willis from the Georgia election interference case. How do you see the Court of Appeals ruling on this, Gene?
Look, I think we're going to have to see what the Georgia Court of Appeals does with the actual schedule that it issues. But you don't, as a trial judge, if you look at the trial judge, Judge McAfee, you don't want to create an appealable issue. And right now, what the Georgia Court of Appeals has done by taking up this case has said, we think that there might be something here. So there might be an appealable issue, which is Fani Willis, is she in fact unbiased and not tainted by the fact that she hired and financially, her boyfriend financially benefited from the employment on these charges. And so what this all goes together. It's just like the New York trial. Both of these things together undermine the public's confidence in the integrity of our judicial system, because what they show is that people who have biases, whether they're the judge or they're the prosecutor or the witnesses that are taking the stand, every single American has the right to due process and to be free unless they were proven guilty by a jury of their peers. And all of these folks are undermining confidence and assassinating the fabric of the integrity of the United States.
Even if Fani Willis is allowed to stay on this case, Gene, there is no way that this happens really before the election, because they just threw a huge wrench into her plans, and that is not good for their case. Big delays. Gene Hamilton, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.